So earlier, I made a post talking about calories in versus calories out and how it doesn't mean much, and that's because it's true. Not to say that calories don't mean anything, because that's not true. It does mean something, but it's something that we're not looking at when it comes to weight loss, and that is our insulin level. So you see a lot of people eating a whole bunch of ultra processed foods. Talk about the pancakes, the waffles, the biscuits, the cereal, the syrup, ice cream, sodas, candy, junk food, all that kind of stuff. And here's the thing. I'll go and say this. You may lose weight, but here's the problem. You won't be healthy. And the reason why I say that is because it's get healthy to lose weight, not lose weight to get healthy. And what you want to do first is focus on nutrient dense foods. These ultra processed foods that a lot of people eat is not nutrient dense. And what ends up happening is they end up losing energy. They end up looking bloated in the face. They end up having brain fog. They don't have good stamina for workouts. They have like a increased cravings for carbs, increased cravings for junk food. They end up binge eating, and what ends up happening is not just ultra processed foods that you eat that makes your insulin goes up, that make your insulin go up. It's also eating, like binge eating multiple times. Like people eat 6 times a day, and they're just like, well, as long as my calories are low, then I'm good. But also eating like 6 times a day, making your insulin spike up and down, yeah, it'll be harder for your body to burn that fat off. And so what we want to do is focus on nutrient dense foods that can help us go a long sustained time without eating. You want to focus on high protein foods, high fiber foods, healthy fats, all that kind of stuff. From the carbs that you want to eat, you want to go with sprouted grains. Ezekiel bread is one of them. I always incorporate that into one of my breakfast foods in the morning. You want to eat something like avocado, some peanut butter, all natural, none of the skippy stuff that has ultra processed sugars in it. You also want to do eggs. Eggs are very good, very nutrient dense. So those are foods that you want to focus on. Even some berries, stuff like that. And what will end up happening is you will begin to lose weight. Why? Not just because you're cutting the calories. It's because you're eating nutrient dense foods that can help your body go a long period of time without eating, and you're not putting so much stress on your insulin levels. So your insulin levels can, rise up a little bit, and it just comes down to baseline for like 4, 6, 7 hours. Then you have your next meal that's also nutrient dense. So nutrient dense foods is what you want to focus on, and then once you master that and focus on that and have the discipline to stay on nutrient dense foods that helps your body feel better, you won't even have an appetite to want to eat processed foods or processed fast foods. You're just gonna want to eat the nutrient dense foods, and it's just gonna make you feel so much better. See you guys later.